Sat on that bench by the rail, paint coming off in curls, slats worn smooth as river stones from all the lost out worlds. The tide kept coming up the sand like it had somewhere to be, and my hands stayed folded in my lap, too tired to let it leave me. Your footprints cut a narrow line right down to the water's edge. One said only, then the dark and the soft wet pull of it. I watch the phone reach for them, then lift and take its fill. That beach held on to nothing, and I was holding still. Beneath my hands, a splinter caught my finger. I let the sting go by. Some things only ask to stay, some things are built to dry. I trace the grain with my thumb, like reading a weathered name. The bench knew every leaning heart, and every night returned again. The paint flakes fell like tiny mess to where the salt had been. I could almost hear the water say, come sit again. But you were only mourning, and the wind was only wind. Still your steps were on the sand, where the dark let them begin. So I left them there uncalled for, let the shore keep what it found. The tide came in, the tide went out, and the bench stayed low and brown. Now when the salt wind brushes through, think of that thin line, footprints going to the water, and not one step behind. The slats were smooth, the paint was gone, the night was deep and still, and I was just that breathing place the sea could pass through. Until the blue forgot my name, until the shore was bare, until the silent gulls and I were only waiting there. I passed that old rack again. 7 bikes, maybe 8. One leans on a broken lock. One lost its front wheel late. The chain on the blue one sleeps in a coat of orange rain, and the black frame bows like it knows how to carry a name. Seats are split down the seam like they gave up years ago. Grips worn bare to the foam under dim porch light glow. A basket hangs by one bolt with a bent up corner plate, and the air sits low and still like it's waiting for a train. The red one has a cracked bell that never rings no more. The chrome went dull on the bars. The chain guard fell to the floor. I touched the cold metal rail, feel the rust on my skin. Every bite keeps one small hurt and still stands there in it. There's a tie gone from the white one, just an empty silver ring, like somebody took what they needed and left the rest to sing. The street stays empty down low, no footsteps, no horns, no talk, only that loose chain sway and the slow hush of the block. I know these frames by heart now, every dent and faded line. The bent one, the wheelless one, the cracked seat ones in time. They wait in the dim out here like they're holding back the dawn. I keep walking, then look back at the road still holding on. Maybe that's me and them, all tired, still in place, a little rough at the edges, but not ready to erase. So I leave them to the night, to the rust, to the fading light. 7 bikes, maybe 8, keeping watch till morning comes right. There's a row of mail slots in the old front hall. 10 miles all lined up, like they've seen it all. One hangs open, leaning just a little, empty as a pocket after a long, hard middle. The nameplate beside it is scratched to rain. I trace the grooves, but I can't make a name. The lobby keeps its silence like a folded coat, just the elevator humming in that tired throat. I stand by the brass trim with my keys in hand, watching dust in the window move across the tan. Somebody used to reach here every day, every week. Now the open slot answers with nothing to speak. The floor has old scuffs from shoes that turn fast, from carrying bad news that never quite passed. A torn flyer on the board curls at the edge, and the paint near the mailbox chips like a pledge. I read the blank space where a name should live, and the quiet feels heavier than anything they give. I know this kind of empty, it stays in the wall, in the bent little hinge, in the echo of the hall. The elevator breathes through its metal seam, and the open slot hangs there like the end of a dream. Still I pause beside it, like I'm meant to stay, with the hum and the dust and the words slipped away. There's a row of mail slots in the old front hall. 10 miles all lined up, like they've seen it all. One hangs open, leaning just a little, empty as a pocket after a long, hard middle. The nameplate beside it is scratched to rain. I trace the grooves and I let it remain. The rack leans left by the door, sleeves rub pale at the seams, finger marks on the plastic like rain in a window pane dream. I trace the edge of a record, round and round with my thumb. Some covers gone soft as paper from all the hands they've come from. The jazz one tilts in the corner, just far enough to be seen. Black label, gold ring, tiny scuff where the light caught the green. The owner's asleep in the back room, shoes by the sink, hat on a chair, one arm under a folded blanket, like he planned to stay there. The kettle sits cold on the burner, a coin jar waits by the till. The bell on the glass keeps its distance, the whole little shop is still. Outside, the street lamp is humming on that same tight note. It lays a thin ring on the sidewalk and slips through my coat. I pull one album half forward, the spine is soft as bread. The woman on the cover smiling at a song she's heard in her head. The corners are curved like petals, the colors washed into bone. Still it holds that old midnight feeling, like a voice coming home. I think of the hands that chose it, the ones that came and went, each turn leaving a little less picture, each spin leaving scent. Brushes sigh on the snare wire, Rhodes light on the floor. The guitar keeps a small blue question near the edge of the store. I stay where the shadow is shallow, by the rack in the glass. Let the record sleep in my palms now, let the soft minutes pass. The street lamp hums through the window, the night leans close to see, and the warm thin covers keep opening, like they still know me. There's a life in the rub-down corners, a shine in the faded blue. Every scratch is a little return, every mark says through. So I stand in the quiet blinking, with the city gone almost kind, and the album still leaning outward, like it wanted my mind. The owner turns once in the back room and settles again in his dream. I set the record back careful to its soft bent seam. The lamp keeps they never let go. I found you behind the glass, all fogged and soft with breath. Vines in the window seams, like hands they won't forget. A little silver drip keeps time on the stone. The trays are dark with rain, and the bench feels like a stone. Moss on the rusted frame, water on my sleeve. The orchids bend their necks as if they still believe. I touched a leaf with 2 fingers. It shook like it knew my name. The air was thick and sweet with wet earth and a blame. You hold the afternoon inside, even when the sun goes thin. A broken row of jars and roots curled up within. The soil is black and open, the cold has settled low. Each stem leans toward the pain for a light it never knows. Drip by drip by drip, the pipe keeps whispering down. A tiny tired clock in this sleeping town. I sit where the mildew blooms and listen to the sound of everything alive in here, still reaching underground. There's a crack beside the latch where the ivy found a way. It climbs across the meadow like it's trying to stay. No door can hold this wanting, no fall can hold it back. Even in the dimmest hour, the green keeps making tracks. My hands smell like a compost, my coat smells like the rain. I came in here for shelter, but I stayed for all the strain. For the patient little failing, for the thirst that wouldn't leave, for the roots that kept on holding, though they never got to breathe. A bruise of light on the side, and then it's gone before it warms. The leaves tilt toward the nothing in their fragile little forms. And I know that kind of waiting, I know that kind of grace, when the world won't answer back, but you still keep your place. So let the water keep its rhythm, let the silence settle in, let the vines ride soft and crooked on the glass and on my skin. I'll sit with this close rose garden till the room grows faint and dim, where the air stays thick with memory, and every stem leans in. The projector still glows on one blue slide, rows of empty chairs like they all got up and lied. My notebook's open to a crooked page, name on the corner fading with the day. Chalk on the board, half gone, half there, a ghost of a formula hanging in the air. And I stay a little longer just to watch it fade, counting all the small things you and I have made. There's a paper cup by the front row seat, cold tea line drying in a ring of heat, 3 pens rolling slow to the desk's far edge, one red cap missing under the ledge. The lecture clock keeps its patient pace, and every empty notebook still holds a face. I trace your note with my thumb again, just a few soft words and a line of ink to end. The chalkboard's half erased, but not all the way, like somebody left a thought in the middle of its place. The air still keeps that mark of dust, old ideas sleeping under layers of trust. The desks are littered with folded maps, page corners curled up like they took a nap. In the hallway light waits beyond the door, but I'm not in a hurry to belong out there no more. One slide on the wall, wide in the dark, a tiny island in the room, slow hot. The laptop fan makes its tiny plea, and the silence answers softly, same as me. I gather the notes, but I leave the rest. Every scribbled margin feels like something blessed. If you came back now, you'd know where I'd be, in this almost empty room, with the last slide still on me. Maybe that's all a day can hold. Chalk dust, warm light, and a story growing old. Maybe just this quiet hour, and the shapes we left. So let the projector hum on its gentle beam. Let the desks stay scattered like they're part of a dream. Let the brush marks pass like a tide in the hall. I'm still here listening to the after of it all. The board can wait to be made clean. I like the half-finished edges where the life has been. And when the room turns dim and the shadows lean, I'll keep this one slide like a thing I've seen. The grill is scraped clean, silver marks in the steel. One order slip still hangs there on the rail by the pass. The floor holds a damp shine from a mop and a long night, and the fan up above turns slower with every breath. I stack the glass racks, careful as a prayer. Wash water gone lukewarm in the bottom of the sink. Your coffee cup ring still circles the counter like somebody meant to stay, but the hour said leave. You meant to stay, but the hour said leave. I hear the back door settle with a tired little click, and the register drawer sits open and empty. There's pepper on my apron, grease on my cuff, and the last train of steam has gone out of the vents. The night tastes like onions, like roast fat and black tea, like a match struck once, then tucked back into dark. I wipe down the chrome edge where your elbow had leaned, and the room keeps your shape in the corners. It keeps your shape in the corners. It keeps. I don't chase the feeling, I let it sit down, let it fold with the napkins, let it sink in the wall. If you come back tomorrow, I'll know by by the pause at the door, by the look in your hands. Now the fan's almost still, just a soft little turn, and the coffee smell lingers, and the paint and the tile. I pull that slip down slow from the rail, and the paper gives away like it's finally done. I lock up the back door, walk the quiet hall. The moon on the fryers, the sink in the dark, and the grill behind me shines like a bruise, while the whole place breathes low and lets me go home. The grill is scraped clean, silver marks in the steel, one order slip gone, and the night sinks deep. There's a crack in my window glass, running down like a quiet vein. The moon looks split into the night, but it still comes shining in my room again. One curtain hangs half drawn, like it changed its mind and stayed. I watch the dark breathe slow outside, while the whole wide view goes soft and swayed. I leave a lamp on low for you, even when you do not call. Its amber glow on the dresser edge makes a small safe place against the wall. Hands rest on the window frame, cold where the night is kissed, and I trace that line with a fingertip, like a road I nearly missed. Out there the trees lean blurred and kind, like they know what I can't say. The crack bends the moon to a silver smear, and I let it look that way. It makes the room feel borrowed, like I only came to stay a while. Still your absence folds in quiet, in the shape of that broken mile. Chase the clean new pain. Some nights a broken window is the only thing that feels the same. So I stand where the shadows meet, with the curtain and the glass, and I sing to the split of the moonlit line, till the long blue hours pass. ever come back through, you'll find me by this frame, not waiting like a prayer too loud, just learning every crack by name. Morning will come and soften it all, turn the fracture pale and thin. But tonight the moon fits in just right through the wound in the shape I'm in. So let the room stay quiet, let the outside stay unclear. I have this small true window, and the night is honest here. I found you at midnight, where the bridge goes still. City lights lay down in the water below. My hand on the railing, cool and damp as stone. And I stood there listening to my own small breath. The chain link kept its secret under rust and rain. One padlock swung quiet, with initials pressed in. I traced your letter slowly with my tired thumb, like I might wake something if I touched them enough. The river kept your answer, moving black and slow. He went long before tonight. Some far-off bend was waiting for the little spark, and I let it slip there with a shaking hand. The bridge holds my leaning like a patient friend. The moon and the water comes apart and mends. A bus hiss fades in distance from the other side, and the cold feels almost kind. I don't ask for a rescue, I don't call your name. I just watch those reflections soften into flame. The lock stays on the wire with the river under me, carrying us away. When morning comes, maybe I will walk on with the damp on my shoes and the ache grown calm. But here at the railing, I can hold this truth. You are in that water, and the water in you. At the bus stop bench, I sit alone, the schedule peeled away, just paper bones and glue marks where the times used to stay. A single glove on the seat beside me, gray wool damp at the cuff. I touch the edge, then let it be. Some things say enough. The shelter leans in the evening rain. One corner starts to weep. Little silver drip by little silver drip, falling in my sleep. I keep my bag against my knees, like I might be here a while. The road goes on with nobody in it, and I can match that mile. Your name is gone from the glass, scraped clean by weather and hand. Only the stain where fingers pressed, like they wanted to understand. The bench feels cool through my coat, the kind that keeps its truth. I watch the puddles widen slow, and they remember you. The light above the timetable hums, not loud, just barely there. A bus hush passes somewhere off, then leaves the air to air. I fold my hands in my lap, unfold them, fold again. The rain starts soft, then settles in, like it knows how to stay with pain. That glove could fit one winter night, or the hand that let it fall. Maybe you stood right where I am now, trying not to call. Maybe you laughed at the broken roof and stepped around the leak. Maybe you left in a hurry, or maybe you just needed to leave. Don't ask much from the dark. Just keep it kind and near. Let the water tap the metal frame, so I know time is here. The road keeps drawing its steady line, past the curve, past the bend, and I sit with the peeled off schedule, like a promise without an end. The rain finds the corner seam and threads it through the night. One drop, then two, then a small cold stream, tracing circles in the light. I lean my head against the glass, feel the room in my bones. Nothing here is trying to save me, so I'm not saving stones. When the next bus comes, maybe soon, maybe after the sky gets tired, I'll stand with the glove and the dripping roof, and the ache that never retired. No grand goodbye, no final scene, just wet sleeves and a quiet face. The peeled away schedule, the empty seat, the rain in its careful place. And if you ever come back by, you'll know where I've been, at the bus stop bench with the missing times and the water slipping in. I'll still be soft in the corner light, still listen, still near, with the glove, the leak, the weathered wood, and the shape of you right here.